Hey guys, got another knife review. Right now I'm going to be taking a look at the Reeves large Sebenza 21. This is my first ever Sebenza. I just wanted to, pick one up and handle it, play around with it, see what it's like. Get a feel for what it's like to own a Sebenza. I've played around with them before in the at the East Coast Custom Knife Show. I handled a couple. But those were mostly just smalls. I had never actually handled a large, so I just, traded my tilt actually, and got this in return on the USN. This is brand new. It was never used by the previous owner. As you can see, it's the birth date is October 28th, 2010. So. It's about 1.5 years old, but again, it was never used or anything. So it's got the S35, or I'm sorry, the S30V. The newer ones have the S35VN. I don't think they started using the S35 until 2011 sometime. This is the single lug model. It's just your standard Sebenza 21 large. It's got an incredible fit and finish. It's very plain. That's the thing with the Sebenzas. I mean, as long as you don't get like a unique graphic or some kind of computer generated graphic, you're getting just a very plain knife. So what you're paying for mostly is just the quality with which it was made, and I mean, the Reeves name. There's no frills about it. It's just a very quality, well-made knife. It's a perfect gentleman's folder, in my opinion. It's the ultimate gentleman's folder. This is definitely your church knife. It's very plain looking. It's not threatening at all. It's very just, classic. It has these bead blasted, I believe they're bead blasted titanium scales, which are very nice. It's got these very nice polished stainless steel screw heads, and it has a blue anodized lanyard post here, as well as the thumb studs blue anodized. On the reverse here you have a very nice pocket clip. I like this pocket clip. It's not too stiff. I really don't like stiff pocket clips. A lot of knives lately have been using stiffer clips, and I can't stand it. I can't stand not being able to get my knife easily on my pants without using two hands to hold the pants and then one to clip it over. I'm never in danger of having the knife come off of my pants. I'm not doing cartwheels or hanging upside down, so regardless of the strength, I'm not worried about losing my knife. So I really do like these less tensioned clips, and the design on this clip is actually pretty nice. I like it's got kind of a dip in it. It's it's rather flat to the body. It's not protruding that much, which is nice. You can see here it's got a nice blue anodized standoff, which is a very nice aesthetic touch. The action on this is, everyone considers it, and calls it very smooth, but it's honestly a different type of action than, say, the Para 2. Obviously, the Para 2 is a different mechanism. This is a frame lock, while this is a compression lock. But the Para 2, you just, flick it out without a problem. just, you know, very easily. And with a lot of knives you can do that. But Sebenzas, you can't really do that. And that's just because the action is totally different. It's not, it's smooth in a different sense of the word smooth. So anyways, the action on the Sebenza is just very, a lot of people consider it like a hydraulic type of action, whereas it's not speedy, but it's, you know, fluid, and I definitely agree with that. But there is, you know, it's not really fluid until you break the detent, and then it's nice and fluid. And something I also found is that you have to be careful. Well, not really be careful, but it's easier to open it. You have to mind your fingers and make sure you're not, you know, pressing on the lock bar on the rear, because that'll put, you know, extra pressure on the blade and make it harder to pop it out and break that detent. So you just have to get used to opening it, you know, not putting your fingers on the lock bar there when you're opening it. It's got a very awesome blade. I love this shape. I love how it has sort of like a rise from the handle, then it just has a nice gradual slope downward. I love how the rear of the spine, or the blade spine, is very nicely rounded and polished. It's very nice. We have some, I'm gonna call this faux jimping. It's totally not functional jimping, but then again, this isn't a tactical knife. You're not gonna need the jimping, but it does. I do like the added look of the added look of the jimping. The blade is stonewashed. Has an incredible stonewash. It's the best stonewash I've ever seen on any of my knives. It's a very, I don't know, it's a very coarse, like very thick stonewash. It's just awesome. It's got a very nice, you know, look to it. It's awesome. It's a rather large knife. It's got a 3.6 inch blade, and the overall length is about 8.5 inches almost. Let me just show you real quick compared to maybe another knife or two. I seem to always be bringing out the Strider S&G. Pretty much the same size as the S&G. Let's put the Para 2 back out there. A little bit bigger. Let's put out the recently reviewed ZT 561. Just a tad bit smaller than the ZT. So you can see where it stacks up. It's just it's a good medium to large size knife. So as I said, everything's titanium, you know, handle wise, lock bar wise, and then you have the S30V steel. It's got a 4.7 ounce weight, which, I mean, it is a little bit heavier than I expected it to be. You know, considering the fact that it has titanium handles, but I mean, I think that's probably because it just got such a large blade. You know, the blade to handle ratio is, you know, 1-to-1, and you know, when you close this thing up, you can see that the blade extends all the way to the rear of the handle, so there's no loss of there's no extra space in there. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I just got it, so you know, I don't have much experience with it. I'm just giving you pretty much my first impressions, and my first impressions are awesome. This is definitely going to be a very nice addition to my collection. I'm probably never going to use this thing. I mean, other than maybe the stray tape cutting, but I I just have no desire to, you know, mess up a $400 knife when I have, you know, other ones that are more than capable. So again, this is the Sebenza 21, the large, and that's my quick review. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks.